Okay, so my first question today is, national health program belong to which level of prevention? Okay, so I'll be starting a poll. Yeah, so you have 30 seconds on the clock to answer this. Yeah, come on. National health programs belong to which level? Okay, so 23% have told it as secondary level of prevention. All right, let's just let the poll finish. Okay, so guys, the answer to national health programs belong to which level of prevention is actually C. It's secondary prevention. I'll tell you how. Now, before we start, how many levels of, one second. Yes, how many levels of prevention are there? Anybody can put in the comment section below. कितने levels of prevention होते हैं? We've already written. No, Saurabh, it's 4. ठीक है? So there are 4 levels of prevention. All right, so let us quickly discuss what are these levels of prevention. ठीक है? So my 2 questions जो अभी हम answer करेंगे via this MCQ is, great Leela, Sawbones, everybody is writing 4. Okay, so it is, there are 4 levels of prevention. ठीक है? And we also need to understand the mode of intervention in each level. ठीक है? So I've put a blank slide. Let us try to understand. Okay, what do you understand by primordial level of prevention? Okay, primordial level of prevention क्या होता है कि जब the risk factor is not present, okay, we follow the primordial level of prevention. I'll give you an example. बच्चों को, children, if they are from the very beginning taught how to do yoga, taught how to meditate, exercise का importance बताएंगे, they will be ready to face challenges in life and also not feel stressed. ठीक है? तो अभी क्या है कि बच्चे हैं, risk factor for developing CVD or other diseases are not there. You are trying to train them, to teach them to regularly practice or meditate yoga. ठीक है? So that is what is known as primordial prevention. Okay, another example क्या होता है? Great. Another example क्या होता है? जब आप college or universities में you go, okay, what happens? Assuming that you've never had drinking or आपने कभी cigarette smoking नहीं की है, what advice will we give to students? Do not start drinking or smoking. ठीक है? Assuming that you've not done it. So this means that the risk factor is not there and you are preventing that from developing. Okay, so this is known as primordial prevention. इसके modes of intervention क्या होते हैं? Anybody? You can do it by means of health education. Hi Meenakshi, good morning. You can do it by health education. You can also do it by health education individuals का कर सकते हो, or you can also do health education of communities. ठीक है? So this is primordial. This is the first level of prevention. Okay, what is the second level of prevention? It is primary level. Primary level, anybody? Great, awareness, this thing. Okay, primary level में क्या होता है? The risk factor. Great Leela, immunization. I'll try to explain you. Risk factor is already present. But what is the catch in primary level, guys? The disease has not started. ठीक है? Please remember, the disease has not started. Risk factor is already present. ठीक है? So some examples of primary level, इसका mode of intervention are 2 most important mode of intervention. Okay, let me add a new slide. Okay, so for the primary level of prevention, there are 2 most important modes of intervention. वो क्या है? Health promotion. ठीक है? This and specific protection. Now ये जो levels of prevention है ना, this is a must know MCQ question for preventive and social examination. हर पेपर में एक ना एक आएगा ही आएगा. ठीक है? So health promotion में क्या होता है? What do you mean by health promotion? You enable people to lead a healthy life. Like you can provide them with certain environmental modifications. Can you give me an example of environmental modification? Put in the comment section below. Any example of environmental modification? Yes, when you provide safe drinking water. ठीक है, आप सेफ ड्रिंकिंग वाटर प्रोवाइड कर रहे हो, यू आर बिल्डिंग सैनिटरी लैट्रिन्स, ऑल दीज आर एनवायरमेंटल मॉडिफिकेशंस. ठीक है, इसी में देयर इज अनदर मोड ऑफ इंटरवेंशन व्हिच इज, एम आई ऑडिबल? हेलो, एम आई ऑडिबल? Okay. इसी में there is another mode of intervention which is specific protection. तो specific protection में क्या होता है कि आप specifically कुछ चीजें provide कर रहे हो, like as Leela had said, it is immunization. ठीक है, immunization is a very good example of specific protection. ठीक है, जैसे कि मीजल्स है, मीजल्स से बच्चे व्हेन दे आर बोर्न, व्हाई डू वी गिव देम मीजल्स वैक्सीन एट 9 completed months? Because risk factors to develop measles is already there. Okay, Meenakshi, in this lecture we are discussing about certain important PSM MCQs. Yes, yes, okay, all right. So the risk factor for developing measles is already there. The child may be malnourished, okay, or the immunity may be poor. ठीक है, so हम immunization provide करके we prevent measles from occurring in that child. So this is primary prevention. What is the other mode? The other mode is secondary prevention. All right, secondary prevention में क्या होता है? Anybody put in the comment section below. The disease has, very good, screening. The disease has already started, okay, but it has not progressed to a stage beyond which, you know, it cannot be brought back, or it has not reached to a stage of irreversibility. So hum disease ko we'll try to catch it at its very earliest stage, okay, and that could be done by two things: early diagnosis and treatment. All right, and early diagnosis is being made by, what is the one of the best methods? Yes, it is screening. ठीक है, जैसे हम सर्वाइकल कैंसर के लिए पैप्समियर के वाया स्क्रीनिंग करते हैं, ऑलराइट, दैट इज अ मोड ऑफ इंटरवेंशन ऑफ अर्ली डायग्नोसिस. दिस इज secondary prevention. All right, so this is very important. Any other? Yes, we have one more which is known as tertiary prevention. Tertiary prevention में क्या होता है? That the disease has, very good, aimed at rehabilitation. So the disease has already progressed to a stage beyond which it has progressed to a stage of irreversibility. ठीक है, now complications are occurring and all those things. So you have to prevent two things in this. One is disability limitation, and what else? Rehabilitation. ठीक है, जैसे पोलियो का पर्सन में you provide what? You provide crutches to walk. ठीक है, so crutches अगर आप देते हो, that is an example of rehabilitation. You are allowing the person to walk. ठीक है, physiotherapy देते हो for the muscles in a case of polio, you are trying to limit the disability. So these are the basic levels of prevention. Now we'll come to our MCQ, or you can just read here once. Primordial is risk factor is not there. Primary is risk factor is there, therefore action taken prior to the onset of disease. Secondary है, disease has started but it is at its earliest stage, therefore we halt the progress of a disease at its incipient stage and prevent complications. And tertiary is disease has advanced beyond early stage. Okay, now let us come back to our first MCQ. Now what was the answer? The answer national health programs पूछ रहे हैं. ठीक है, जैसे suppose तुम्हारा national tuberculosis elimination program है, earlier it was known as RNTCP. Good morning Arun, good morning Dinesh. ठीक है, अभी the name of the program is national tuberculosis elimination program. इसमें हम क्या करते हैं? We try to, anybody who has a cough for more than 2 weeks, we do a sputum AFP. ठीक है, so हम क्या कर रहे हैं? We are trying to make an early diagnosis of TB. ठीक है, and we are providing treatment by means of DOTS. So most of the national health programs, for example, if you take malaria, okay, national vector borne disease control program में मलेरिया आता है. ठीक है, सो अगर आप मलेरिया की बात करते हो, आपके मलेरिया में क्या होता है? वी हैव एक्टिव सर्विलेंस. Sure, Leela, sure. Okay, so we have active surveillance. Okay, active surveillance is what? When the healthcare worker is going from house to house to take blood to prepare slides for malaria to check whether somebody has malaria or not. So you're trying to make an early diagnosis and accordingly you will be providing treatment. So please remember, most of the national health programs in our country belong to secondary level of prevention. Okay, so the answer is C. If I ask you, what is the best, if let me write the question here so that you can follow, one of the question that could become a potential MCQ, please put your answers in the comment section below. Okay, what is the level of prevention, or which level of prevention, all right, let's put it which level of prevention, okay, would be best for non-communicable diseases? Anybody, please put in the comment section below. Leela Krishna says primary. Anyone else? Anybody else? Saurabh, Dinesh, Ayushi, let's have your answers on the board. What do you think? Which level of prevention would be best for non-communicable diseases? Dinesh is also saying primary. Okay, anybody else? Any answer? See, the best method for non-communicable diseases is actually primordial prevention. You have to prevent the risk factors also from developing. Risk factors जैसे मैंने बताया, smoking, alcohol होता है, ठीक है? For CVD, say it's smoking, it's alcohol, okay? It's not exercising, it's eating junk food. तो आप शुरू from the very beginning try to instill habits like not to smoke, not to drink, all that. Okay, so this is very important. All right. Great. Saurabh has mentioned types of interventions include screening program, vaccination. Yes, great, great. All right. So I hope now you are clear about the levels of prevention. This is a must know MCQ. बहुत सारे exams में आता है, ठीक है? So you should be very clear with them. Okay, let's move to the second question. Okay, this is just for a revision. This was asked in one of the entrances papers also. National Iron Plus Initiative is an example of. So let's start the poll. National Iron Plus Initiative is an example of. Start polling, guys. What do you know about National Iron Plus Initiative? Okay, you have 15 seconds on the clock. Okay, National Iron Plus Initiative. I'll tell you, just a poll, I'll make you understand. National Iron Plus Initiative. Okay, abhi dekho, when we talk about National Iron Plus Initiative, ठीक है, you have to understand what that program is aiming for. जैसे हमने जब tuberculosis की बात की, उसमें हम we are making an early diagnosis and giving treatment. Okay, now National Iron Plus Initiative is what is this? I'll write it down for you. I think I have an empty slide. Yes, if we talk about, sorry, yeah, if we talk about National Iron, ठीक है, Plus Initiative, ठीक है? So National Iron Plus Initiative में, I'll write down a line for you. Just pay attention to that line. Then you have deliberately put this MCQ for you to understand. Okay? So what is this initiative for? To look for, okay, iron deficiency anemia. ठीक है? एंड इसमें हम क्या कर रहे हैं, दैट जो भी बेनिफिशियरीज हैं, ओके, ऑल द बेनिफिशियरीज विल रिसीव, ओके, iron and folic acid supplementation, okay, irrespective of their iron और hemoglobin status. ठीक है? अभी क्या है कि I do not know I have anemia, I have it or not. All those beneficiaries who are in this national iron, who are part of this National Iron Plus Initiative, okay, will receive iron and folic acid supplementation irrespective of their iron and hemoglobin status. ठीक है, इसमें हम उनको prophylactic doses of iron and folic acid we are going to provide them. So that is an example of, to be more specific, it is an example of specific protection. Okay, National Iron Plus Initiative is a small initiative that has been launched, okay, to fight against iron deficiency anemia. Isme I'll show you a slide where we are providing them prophylactic measures to our beneficiaries to protect them from iron deficiency anemia. The chart that I have drawn, this is a potential MCQ. Please remember this. They ask you, who are the beneficiaries in this program? It is 6 to 59 months children, matlab 5 years tak, 5 to 9 years children, 10 to 19 years adolescent, both boys and girls, 20 to 49 years women who are non-pregnant and non-lactating, and also pregnant lactating mothers. All right. So what is the iron dose and folic acid dose recommended for children who are up to 5 years? 20 milligram elemental iron and 100 microgram folic acid. Similarly, for 5 to 9 year children, 45 milligram elemental iron, 400 microgram folic acid. 60 milligram elemental iron for 10 to 19 year adolescent and 500 microgram folic acid. जो latest change आया है is for these pregnant women where we are giving 60 milligram elemental iron and 500 microgram folic acid. To pregnant and lactating mothers, it's given daily, and to non-pregnant and lactating mothers, it's given weekly. So this is a very important initiative which is a part of a bigger program जो कि है, what is the name, anybody? It is Anemia Mukt Bharat. All right, please don't get confused. Okay, in this, do you understand? Hello everybody, am I audible? All right, Anemia Mukt Bharat का अभी नाम क्या है? Everybody keeps on asking me. This is National Intensified Iron Plus Initiative. ओके, इंटेंसिफाइड INIP हो गया, इंटेंसिफाइड नेशनल आयरन प्लस इनिशिएटिव. MCQs very good, Leela Krishna, NIPI. Okay, INIP, intensified national iron plus initiative. Definitely MCQs come from this topic. And in this program, all right, we have how many beneficiaries? We have altogether 6 beneficiaries that I've already told you. All right. Now you can get a logo for this program. So I've put an image-based MCQ, a potential image-based MCQ as well. Okay, so this is an image-based MCQ. Year of launch is very rarely asked for any of the programs. So as for now, there is no rush into knowing all this. What they ask is the beneficiaries, and they also ask the image-based questions. Okay, so this is the image for Anemia Mukt Bharat. Option may, obviously this won't be written, you'll have to guess. Good morning, Ranak. Okay, you will have to guess what does this image signify. So this signifies Anemia Mukt Bharat ka logo hai ye. Okay. Also, this is the this belongs to what strategy? 6 into 6 into 6 strategy. Isme 6 beneficiaries hain that we've already seen. Okay, there are 6 intervention and also there are 6 institutional mechanisms. You just need to remember for your MCQs the 6 beneficiaries and what are the doses that are being provided to you. Okay? And one last thing that you should know about Anemia Mukt Bharat is that in this, what do we actually want to do? We want to reduce the prevalence of anemia, okay, by 3% points every year. Okay, till from 2018 to 2022. Please remember this. Okay, good morning Amar. ठीक है, so this is very important. इसमें मैंने आपको 2-3 I've tried to give you answers to 2-3 MCQs. One, they will ask you about beneficiaries. What is the iron and folic acid dose that they are getting? Second MCQ जो बनता है is about the image of Anemia Mukt Bharat. They can ask you. Third MCQ that forms is obviously 6 into 6 into 6 strategy signifies which initiative. All right, so I hope you're clear with this question. Give me a thumbs up if you're okay with the potential MCQs and everything. Great, great, great. Chalo. Let's move ahead to the next question. Very important. So can I start the poll? Median incubation time is okay. All right, so poll starts. Come on. I'll just do it to 15 seconds. Start answering, guys. Median incubation period is. Come on. What is the correct answer? I can still not see the great. Okay, some of you have been able to give the correct answer to it. All right. Okay. So all right. Still the answer majority galat bol rahe hain. ठीक है. So this topic needs a little bit of explaining. No, I'll tell you, Saurabh. I'll tell you what exactly is C. Don't worry. Okay? All right. So median incubation period. No, guys, no. Now listen to me carefully. Okay? Poll ke niche dekho. Just look below. I have put down a question for you. What is incubation period? Okay? All right. Look at this question. What is incubation period? Leena Krishna has given answer to it. Time between exposure and appearance of first symptoms. Now come to this slide. Look at these following questions. What is primary case? What is secondary case? What is index case? What is serial interval? What is generation time? What is period of communicability? ठीक है. Infectious disease epidemiology में all these 6 points have to be very clear to each one of you. What Saurabh just told, Saurabh has marked C as the answer, right, Saurabh? Time between onset of infection and period of maximum infectivity. ठीक है, that denotes generation time. Now let me explain you each of these terms. Incubation period, everybody knows what is it. It is, are you with me, guys? Give me a thumbs up if you're with me. Hello. If you're trying to understand this, okay. So what is incubation period? This is very important. Dhyan se sunna, listen carefully, okay? Because usually we end up answering these questions wrong. Okay, it is time between, all right, time between entrance of organism, in simple layman terms, okay, and appearance of, all right, first sign and symptom. Okay, this is incubation period. But time taken for 50% of cases to occur is what is known as median incubation period. Please remember, median incubation period hota hai jab what is the time by which 50% of cases have occurred. All right. Now, next question. What is primary case? Anybody? What is primary case? Can you put on the okay. Can you put primary case kya hota hai? The first case introduced of a communicable disease introduced into the population. ठीक है, first case of an infectious disease, communicable disease, जो भी population, whichever is being introduced into the population is a primary case. Okay, what is a secondary case? Anybody? Harshit, good morning, Harshit. What is a secondary case? Yes, case develops from primary case. Okay, so secondary case is the number of cases, okay, that develop from exposure, all right, to primary case, okay, within one incubation period. All right, this is the what is known as the secondary case. Okay, what is index case? Can anybody tell me what is index case? These are direct MCQs question. Index case. Index case is the first case, all right, the first case to come to the notice of an investigator. Now, the index case might, the primary case might not be the index case. ठीक है, good morning Mahida. Okay, so index case is the first case to come to the notice of an investigator. So you need to be very clear with these three terms. Primary case is the first case of an infectious disease introduced into the population. Secondary case is number of cases that develop from exposure to primary case within one incubation period. ठीक है. Index case is the first case to come to the notice of an investigator. Now, index case, the primary case might not be the index case. Okay, index case could be something else also. So that is very important. Then what is the question that I've written? What is serial interval? Anybody? Serial interval क्या होता है? Anybody? Serial interval is, it's an interval. That is clear. Very good, Leela. You're writing something. Okay. Time taken between primary and secondary cases to occur. Okay. So that is serial interval. Okay. So this is an MCQ. Now, what is generation time and period of communicability? I've put it down here for you. Generation time क्या होता है? It is nothing but the interval of time between receipt of infection by a host and achieving maximal infectivity. ठीक है, जब तक there is introduction of an organism and the time till which maximum infectivity occurs is known as generation time. Okay, what is period of communicability? It is the time during which an infectious agent may be transferred directly or indirectly from an infected person to another person, from an infected animal to a man, or from infected person to an animal, including arthropods. Okay, this is very important. This that I've written, chickenpox and measles, period of communicability, is asked in your MCQs, okay, in your entrance examination. So this is again a potential MCQ that you should know. For chickenpox, what is the period of communicability? 1 to 2 days before to 4 to 5 days after appearance of rash, and for measles 4 days before to 5 days after appearance of rash. Is it clear till so?